Actually, Oni's exasperation is the perfect way to know that your mic's working.
Yeah, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I am quite the powerful entity, but I think my greatest power is being able to disappoint people incredibly quickly.
I mean, it's true. If it wasn't true, then I would have more than one face activated in G2. But I don't.
I mean, like, generally I open my mouth and I can just, like, just feel what little life energy Oni has left just fucking leave his body like I vacuumed it out of his lungs. See, look, he's breathless.
I'm working, man. I'm working here.
Oh, working the shaft?
No, I'm fucking rigging my model.
Kyo's little monster here, powered by Dyson.
I fucking wish. They are so fucking expensive. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're like pretty alright, but like, fuck, they are expensive. Why make a bladeless fan? Just fucking make a toroidal fan.
It's not even bladeless. The blades are just in.
Yeah.
Stupid product.
I mean, you know what? It is actually a clever product, and it is designed for rich white people with more money than fucking brain cells.
Well,
and it works.
Appropriately.
Anyway, I just get on my hands and knees and fucking lick the carpet like a good boy.
That is also a valid wealth redistribution method, yes.
Is it though?
Is it? I would not do that. This carpet's fucking disgusting. No matter.
I was gonna say, I don't know, Kyo. How does it work for you? Does that work for redistribution of wealth for you?
No, but just because like I shed so goddamn much, like I vacuum once a week, but like every other day I'll like just kind of rub my hands across like the front grill of the computer and get like the cat hair and carpet dust off of it, and then like, you know, with long hair, like it just falls out whenever you put it up or whatever, and like it just ends up where I'm sitting, so I like make little finger claws and dig it all up. I do the same with the cats when they lay on the love seat.
So what you're saying is, as a cat boy, you have hairball issues.
No, because I don't vomit on the floor like a dickhead.
Don't you?
And if I did, I would do it in the toilet or on the tile where it's easier to clean up. Oni.
What?
I mean, you could be like my cats and just sit up on your office chair and then puke in whatever direction happens to be pointing in.
That is actually what I do because I'm a spiteful dickhead.
I'm sorry, Shibs.
I couldn't even tell you the last time I puked. You know what? The last time I puked, I was making fried mozzarella on a cooking stream, and it got stuck in my throat, and I literally like had to jam my fingers into my throat to pull the cheese out, and just I guess the act of irritation proceeded with me vomiting red wine and fucking melted mozzarella cheese.
Twitch partner dies live on stream.
Listen, me and half melted mozzarella have a very bad relationship, and I do not know why. For someone that was nicknamed the throat goat in high school, I'm still confused by it.
So, anyway.
Anyway, what's up? What's good?
Sure.
You know.
You know?
What's happening? What's up?
I mean, I
There's tea in
personally
my
think
cup.
that everybody should remind me that she's fucking amazing.
Okay, you do that. I'm gonna go pee. Oh,
Alright.
I also forgot that I need to fix the audio. Now I fixed the audio. You're welcome. I did it before everyone reminded me.
Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Come on, Oni, you know the line.
No.
You weren't that sheltered growing up.
I'm rigging Let me rig.
You can use your voice at the same time. That's part of why you're here, isn't it?
I need
Well, he
every
has-
brain cell to do this, sir.
He has to have his tongue out and be biting it to rig. It's his focus pose.
All right, before Oni blows a gasket, let's get it started. It is. Okay. Never. Okay, hold on. Never mind.
I'm lost.
Okay. Well, never mind on that. Anyway, it is that time once again for some Great Ace Attorney Chronicles voice acted, and we are going to introduce our cast tonight in the order of which I can make them incredibly seething mad from quickest to shortest. So let's start it off with our good friend Oni Hart.
What's up? It's me. It's me, the mad one. Yeah. Currently hard at work rigging the new model. Aside from that, I'm still playing Tormented Souls, so that's the next game I'm gonna play on stream. Scary, spooky. I got scared by a stair railing because it appeared on screen really fast.
Damn. I've been enjoying your Outbreak playthrough, though.
Oh yeah.
For real, for real. That's been goofy. I love it.
Oh, the last session was pretty bad because I was a tired dude that
Oh,
I thought you were always tired, buddy.
tired of my bullshit.
Oh.
Just like Chris Rees.
You've not been on your bullshit too much today.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty proud of it, though.
Hi, my name is Chris Rees. I lead the Urban Brits in Final Fantasy XIV. I've also been playing a lot of Starfield and am begrudgingly doing the main story because it's telling me I have to. That's about it.
True. Anyway. Speaking of main stories. Hi, Shy.
Hi. Yes, I am Shy. I am an integral. I play video games. Most often than not, you can see me opposite Lonnie Ikea over there. And as far as things, I supposedly play Stardew Valley, Final Fantasy XIV. I finished up Battle Chef one of the last times I streamed, so I gotta find something new for that. I'm trying to find something I can do this week, by which I mean I'm pretty much digging through my collection hand over fist to find something, so hey, look forward to it.
Listen, sometimes we gotta dig deep, nah, I mean. Have you tried believing in the heart of the cards to pick you a good game?
I mean, I've seen Steam Roulette, and I guess that's kind of like it.
Yeah, there we go. Speaking of things that were, whiz, and, well, vibrate, it's Lania.
I'm Lania. I were, whiz, and... Nope. There's nothing I can do about that word. I just said it. And vibrate! I have been spending today over with Eris von Jabberwock for her stream anniversary. I gotta say, the game Parasocial freaked me the hell out. But yeah, I play RPG long plays. I play like Star Ocean and shit, and I'm playing Yakuza Like a Dragon now and shit. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a great game.
it really is.
And last but not least, because I don't think I've ever actually seen them get irritated, annoyed, or even mildly aggressive, it's Lil Sharky.
I'm sure it's happened once or twice, just never at you.
It's because I'm perfect. I've never done
Yeah.
anything wrong in a day in my life.
You're a good them, Charlie Brown.
Woo!
Hey, I'm Sharky. I'm old. Occasionally I'll come back to streaming one of these years, but in the meantime, I get to hang out with these yahoos. You need an adult? I am an adult. Let's have some fun.
True enough. I'm Kios. It's a pleasure to meet you. Here's some heckin' links. We'll start off this one with a question. Who would like a 6-bedroom, 4-bath, 2,700 square foot house
Yes.
built on 6,000 square feet in San Jose, California? It was just had a
Sure.
price increase, unfortunately, to $1.5 million.
Okay. Do you have
Yeah,
the
I'll take it.
$1.5 million to give me for it?
No, I don't. But the good news is it was built on an inactive meth lab.
You know what? I'm okay with that. I'm fine.
Yeah,
with
I have no
it.
issues
An
there.
inactive meth lab, I can live with that.
I'm not shitting you. This just came across my dash. Right on Zwillow. Just
You take a check?
Honestly,
Wait, what does Zwillow have
inactive
to do with
meth
this?
lab. It's worth more now because it's inactive, apparently.
all right, that's a little weird, but
Yeah.
you know,
That just means the cops showed up. It's fine.
I hate it here. Anyway, carrying on. Whence we left off, Baron von Zeeks was being fleek, and I do believe Cosmo was licking his boots. It was pretty odd. Like, I'm okay with the erotic. What is that face, Oni?
Huh? What?
You were there too.
Huh?
Nani? Alright, am I back to strong fart, or are we still passing that roll around?
Start farting.
That's the last time you tell me that. Very well. Proceed, counsel.
oh shit, I'm here.
Hello.
The jailbreak plot. Who can do Scots?
Wait, do I need to take this one again, or is it some? I want to hog all the rolls.
Because we had Chris doing it last time.
I was gonna say, I'll jump back in, but
Yeah,
I'll
go ahead,
take
bro.
it for somebody. It was the day a Japanese jock was found guilty. The directive came from the prosecutor's office. I assigned the convict to the chief ward of Vigilia and put the plan into action behind the scenes.
I was responsible for Asogi right up until the night of his execution, but I know nothing of any plot.
I did not know if there was some negotiations between the convict and the prosecution's office. All I did was carry out my duty for Her Majesty's British Empire.
Tell me more. Did you carry out the plan in its entirety?
I did everything I could at the time.
Ah, shit.
Oh shit.
As you know, Genshin Asogi was shot dead in Lowgate Cemetery after the escape. Tell me, was that part of the plan too?
My instructions were to do with getting the joke out of the jail and nothing more.
Just in some volume levels.
Yeah, I know this voice is way louder in Suzano.
It's all good.
I cannot tell you anything to do about what happened after that. Only, personally, I believe his death was the last part of the plan.
Excuse me.
Mr. Vigil! Is something wrong?
Yes, sir. What can I do for you, sir?
Why do I feel like that's not the first time you've ever said that sentence?
Yes, sir. What can I do for you, sir?
One air horn for me. Let's go.
Pew, 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 pew,
He's-
pew.
He's saluting now? What is it? Some sort of Barlick invention? What Governor Caden was just saying seemed to upset you. Did it bring something to mind, perhaps?
Interpretive dance. For the last 10 years, I've completely blotted out the memories of that time from my mind. I was betrayed by my superiors in the name of my country. You're a dick, Caden.
Son of a... Just as my father was betrayed, it seems.
Yes, it's all about you, Kazuma. But you see, thinking back on it now, I really can't imagine the shooting of Mr. Asogi in the cemetery was ever part of the plan.
What makes you think that?
Well, it just doesn't make sense, does it? To make the man admit to crimes he didn't commit, with the promise of a jailbreak, only to kill him in the end. That's treachery of the worst kind, but the point is, if the intention was always to betray him, why would there be any need for all the chicaneries of an escape?
True. Ah!
Yes, that's quite true.
If whoever negotiated with Asogi never intended to keep his or her end of the bargain, it would have been far simpler just to let the man be executed in prison as dictated by his sentence.
True!
It all happened in that vast chamber of secrets that is Barclay, behind the high prison walls.
Hey, Oni.
Yes.
You trying to slither in my chamber of secrets?
I just learned something kind of interesting.
My.
Did you know that there was a trans person in Canada that was rebinding the Harry Potter books to take all of J.K. Rowling's name off of it?
I think I remember hearing about
That sounds like a good idea. Fuck that bit.
Unfortunately, they got sued out of existence.
What a twist.
Warner
But it's
Brothers
super
or
cool.
Harper's?
No idea.
Death to corporate capitalism.
Yep.
I suppose nobody knows what really went on in the execution room now. Yes, it's an unsettling mystery, certainly.
Truth be told, here's a wee matter that's never quite made sense to me.
Only one.
Tell me which.
Yes, the British judicial system. If you believe there is some kind of negotiation between the jailbreak, between Isogi and the body at the top, does not quite add up, does it?
Add that. Silly
Pants
mustache man. Pants crab. Governor Caden, I must insist that you explain these doubts that you have by amending your formal testimony.
Gads, aye. Go on then.
Ho's mad.
Breaking news. Ho's mad.
It seems to me the Japanese fella did not have nothing to do with the bargain to begin with.
Oh, fuck no. He had his, will that he wrote down, right?
Objection!
Yeah, eat shit, idiot. Confessing under oath to murders he didn't commit on a verbal assurance of later being broken out of prison. Genshin Isogi was taking an incredibly risky gamble.
Very true. There was nothing to stop the British breaking their word and executing him behind closed doors anyway.
Yeah, pretty good. It's a
Under
pretty
normal
good game.
circumstances, no man would stake his life on a gentleman's agreement like that.
I don't know if it's the best, though. Which means that Mr. Isogi must have had a trump card. Something that guaranteed he wouldn't be betrayed. Some kind of weapon.
Ivers, the fella could not have possibly had anything like that.
But you know that he did, Governor. The Isogi Papers, the name given to the last will and testament of Genshin Isogi.
Ah,
It turns out that Mr. Isogi was hiding his will in his cell at Barclay. Chief Order Vigil caught him with it one day.
you squealed, didn't you, you wee rat? Did I no tell you to keep a secret?
So man's just committed perjury and was tampering with evidence and just gonna lay it out there? Right in the middle of a...
I also like how completely unaffected by being shaken Daily looks.
It's because he's busy jizzing in his pants, what?
His facial expression is glued on.
This is fine.
Would this count as witness intimidation?
If I
Yes.
were intimidated. But I have nothing left to lose.
I think this is just assault.
You can't touch me now.
Did you start shaking him faster?
Yes.
I think so.
Careful, some white stuff's gonna come off the top of his head if you keep that up.
Oh,
Capcom!
Capcom! He's gonna... Capcom!
Pants.
He's Capcomming all over the courtroom.
Oh man, just Capcomming all over the place.
Capcomming everywhere.
Just like, you ever stab a garden hose?
On purpose?
Yes.
No.
Try it sometime. It's a great visual metaphor.
You're a metaphor.
I am.
That's alliteration.
You know what? It is. When Mr. Vigil caught sight of that will through those bars of the convict cell, Mr. Isogi pleaded with the warder. Damn. True.
Right then. But what's on that paper?
All right,
Chai.
Chai.
You're Genshin Isogi.
A last will and testament. This will is the only weapon I have left now.
A weapon?
And after the convict had been killed following the elaborate pretense of the jailbreak, that document mysteriously disappeared, didn't it?
Well, yes. All the prison warders searched through the belongings in his cell, but was just nowhere to be found.
As I understand it, an exhaustive search was made for the document, which became known as the Asogi Papers. Governor Caden. I believe you ordered your prison staff to find it at all costs, didn't you?
Eh?
Would I be right in saying that you knew? You knew that the so-called Asogi Papers had the potential to make great waves somehow. They could even make awesome waves. Shoutouts to the beautiful, beautiful man.
Jings, what the blazes are you blathering about? The will was found right and proper. In the fella's cell where I said it would be.
But how can that be? Where in his cell? We all searched the place from top to bottom.
Man's
Did-
just hurting himself. This is crazy.
Vigil tried to slam his hands down and just bashed his wrists.
Ow! Stop it!
I have many regrets in this life.
Well, you did not do a proper job, eh, you peely-wally galoot?
Ah, yes, a peely
I
wally.
like that.
Is that a?
Wally.
Yes, honestly, I feel like that's a name for a foreskin.
You would think that.
Maybe
Yes.
a peely willy.
Peely, peel.
Hmm.
You can't criticize me now.
I showed it to you afore, did I not, young lawyer?
Damn. It's a vigorous shaking.
I'm going to Capcom all over
This
the
man has a
country.
lot of. Sorry.
A lot of what?
Remember, if you're shaking your witness more than twice, you're playing with yourself.
Somewhere there's a Michael J. Fox joke, but like, I love Michael J.
Oh.
Fox.
No.
Oh, my
No.
joke was going to be this man has a lot of practice with that right arm.
Yeah.
Shaking like that.
Yes, you do. And I have the document right here. True! It's written in Japanese and reads, The Last Will and Testament of Genshin Asogi.
Which means everything is as it should be.
Not quite, my lord. You see, there's an undeniable inconsistency here.
What? What inconsistency?
Well, as you might not know, Kazuma, this bitch is ballin'. Mr. Asogi described this document as the only weapon he had left. And yet, this will contains nothing of significance at all. Nothing that would have given the convict any leverage.
Are you suggesting, my learned friend, that the last will and testament stored at Barclay Prison all these years is actually a fake?
It's a fake.
Hell yeah, Fallen. As has clearly been demonstrated already. What went on at Barclay Prison was far from above board.
That last vilification by the defense was an affront to the entire British legal system. This absurd notion of a weapon is something for which we have only the former Chief Warder's word. The man could quite easily be lying, or at the very least, sorely mistaken.
As one of the only people in the room who is not actively lying, Your Honor, I take offense.
We shall see how honest you are when I plunge this unicorn staff into your chest.
Fair dues, my lord, fair dues. I definitely heard him say that. I swear.
Clearly, we need to get to the bottom of this. We need to know exactly what happened with these so-called Asogi papers.
A waste of time! The will is fake. Where is the real document?
Objection.
Mr. Vigil was stabbed in the back by the judiciary 10 years ago. He lost everything, very nearly his own life. And now you're going to do it again. You're ready to brand him a liar and turn your back on him without even letting him defend himself.
It's clear that Barclay Prison is hiding something.
It's clear that the jailbreak was masterminded by someone in the prosecutor's office.
It's clear that some illicit negotiations took place.
Is your lordship just going to grouse?
What did you say?
We should hear more from the Chief Warder.
Have him testify again!
Yeah,
The time must go on. Rebel! Rebel! Rebel!
It would seem that a few here are utterly blind to the truth. Very well then. Let the witness testify again. Tell the court precisely what you think you saw of the convict's last will and testament.
Yes, my lord.
Interesting note for all art friends and artists we know. I posted it in Discord. There's a link to a wonderful thing coming out from Glaze that will actively poison AI data sets.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Hell yeah!
Basically, it prevents scraping and it just completely destroys outputs from models such as DALL-E, Midjourney, and Stable Diffusion.
Good.
Hell yeah!
Oh god, that makes.
Does it
me
have
nervous.
anything saying it works against 3?
I am not sure. I was like half scrolling through it, but it's made by the people that made Glaze and the University of Chicago.
Okay.
So I have a feeling it probably works pretty well.
Yeah, I'm just wondering since 3 just came out. So I haven't had time to respond to it yet.
Yeah, when they fed Stable Diffusion just 50 poison images of dogs and then prompted it to create images of dogs itself, the output started looking weird. Creatures with too many limbs and cartoonish faces. With 300 poison samples, an attacker can manipulate Stable Diffusion to generate images of dogs to look like cats.
Meow.
It's amazing.
It infects not only like the one word, but also like similar concepts too. So dog would also include puppy, husky, wolf. That's pretty cool. Anyway, Zhao admits there's a risk that people might abuse the data poisoning technique for malicious uses. However, he says attackers would need thousands of poison samples to inflict real damage on larger, more powerful models, as they are trained on billions of data samples. Damn, it would be a shame if I had like a really good internet connection and a free PC that has access to the internet that, basically runs Linux. Damn, Chrissy. That would just be weird, huh?
Yeah, it'd be super weird.
Yeah, that'd be
Fuck
super
Linux.
weird. Hmm.
As the warder responsible for the condemned convicts, I attended to Mr. Asoki and kept watch over his cell. The night after he was found guilty in court, he was doing something with that will in his cell. We turned the cell inside out, looking for it after the execution, but to no avail.
I only found out about the Asogi papers when a directive came telling me to impound. The document was in the folds of the fellow's robe that was left in his cell. Kimono, I think it's called.
Oh, very good.
In his kimono? That's a lie. We searched every inch of the man's cell. We looked through all his clothes. It can't be true.
Were you no satisfied with calling me a liar the once, eh? You wee waffinger.
Waffing.
Waffinger.
Oh, that's what he said.
There's nothing you can do about it now. You don't have any hold over me anymore.
Ma Waffinger.
My wifing. Other than the hold you like to take on my cravat, of course. Is that what you're going to do, is it?
It's got weirdly erotic.
Shake me. Shake me! Are you going to give me a good shake again, or are you too scared that I will... that I will... Capcom?
This
all
is the
over.
most semi-erotic use of telekinesis I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah, this is just odd. Woo-wee.
It is not likely to get better from here.
Yeah!
Little and large. What a double act.
We complied with the Sogi's will as far as was possible. All of his personal effects were delivered to his family home in Japan. As a courtesy to the homeland of the most notorious killer our country had ever seen.
And we are much obliged. I can confirm that all my father's belongings arrived safely.
Aye, and you cannot deny the handwriting is that of your old man, eh?
Yes, There's no mistaking that it's my father's brushwork.
Yeah, he's a goofy goober. Really?
And this last will and testament was the man's last weapon, was it? I think we can safely assume that the convict was merely prattling, knowing that his end was nigh. So, counsel for the defense, your cross-examination now.
Ow. Yes, my lord.
The Asogi Papers. As the warder responsible for the condemned convicts, I attended to Mr. Asogi and kept watch over his cell. Hold it!
So, would that mean that that boy needed therapy?
That boy did need therapy, yes. Certainly. Though there was precious little time before his execution was due. He was remarkably calm, considering his days were very much numbered. In all honesty, he really didn't strike me as a man capable of mass murder.
Yet he confessed in full to the crimes.
I know. That's why I felt compelled to ask him one day. I still recall his reply. I'm guilty of the unforgivable crime of existing in another human's life. Yeah, or of ending another human's life, yes.
I consumed their life.
Your soul is mine.
But he was so tranquil and intelligent, it put me in mind of an Eastern holy man.
And what about the will you saw him with? What can you tell us about that?
It was the beginning of all the drama. I remember it well, yes. Yes, I remember it well.
Do you remember the time?
The 21st night of September.
That's two
we were
completely
stuck
different
in
songs.
jail?
It really is. Yep.
See, I'm sitting here thinking about the SOQ papers.
The night after he was found guilty in court, he was doing something with that will in his cell.
Tell me more.
Hold it!
Was it a naughty? Was it a naughty little will? And he pleaded with you to not report him, didn't he?
Yes, that's right.
And like the Bamput you are, you did not tell me. A blatantly breach of trust that was.
I could see the man had a noble spirit. I found myself wanting to treat him accordingly. Also, it turned out you were corrupt as fuck.
According to what you told us 2 days ago, the convict had been strictly forbidden from having any writing materials whatsoever.
Yes, you're quite right.
So, when exactly was the will penned?
That was before the man was remanded in Barclay, obviously.
Yes, at the prosecutor's office, under supervision of the relevant authorities. I personally instructed Asogi to make a will for the benefit of his family in his homeland.
In that case, why was it found in his cell?
What do you mean by that?
What does that mean?
Well, if it was penned at the prosecutor's office, you would have expected that it would remain there for safekeeping, right?
Ah,
It's curious. There doesn't seem to be any obvious explanation for why it was subsequently found in the convict's cell.
oh, well.
The defense makes an astute point. Well, Governor?
Your prison governor cannot be expected to know the inner workings of the prosecutor's office.
In that case, Lord Strongheart,
Oh, Dale.
perhaps you can shed some perhaps you can shed some light on the matter.
I am unable to offer an explanation here and now.
Sure you can't.
Bullshit.
I would have to consult with the notary responsible for the will at the time.
Huh. Wonder whose name's on it. Strongheart.
The fact that my father's will was discovered in his cell is clearly inconsistent with what was expected. I want to know why.
Tell him why he...
Ain't nothing but a jailbreak.
Break.
Another inexplicable mystery, then.
Well, the thing about that will... We turned the cell inside out looking for it after the execution, but to no avail. Hold it!
Hold up. It was the governor who ordered the search for the will, as I understand it. Is that right?
Yes, and when I reported back that we couldn't find it, he grabbed me by the cravat and yelled, "It can have disappeared completely!" in my face.
Aye, well, it's due to the governor and keep everybody working as hard as they should. Some people like that kind of motivation. I should think the governor needs a wee taste of his own medicine, Mr. Naruto.
No, the point is, it was clearly considered a very important document, wasn't it?
Susato was advocating for Chrissy on Chrissy violence there.
Yep.
But it proved impossible to find.
Sometimes you gotta flip yourself.
That's right. Sometimes you have to flip yourself. And then, before I knew it, it was in the morning paper. That blood-curdling article. The executed mass murderer who'd risen from the dead.
Oh, you mean?
The article based on Mr. Drebber's experience in Lowgate Cemetery?
Yes, that was it. The day after I'd read that news, I was summoned to the governor's office. And that's when the awful accusation was made.
That you dated Genshin Asogi to escape from the prison, resulting in your immediate dismissal.
I'm afraid I really don't remember anything after that.
Yeah, just lots of
There was
horse,
something about a lip and a Louisianan accent.
lots of fucking ground up horse hooves and cat food.
Was it an ellipses?
Yes.
As the governor of this prison, I had no choice. I could not have done anything else. I only found about the Asogi papers when a directive came telling me to empower them.
Hold it!
And that directive came from the same source as the one instructing you about the jailbreak?
I.e. from the top levels of the prosecutor's office.
What name was on it?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you. I did not know before, and I did not know now. Ilya, that my orders were to do everything in my power to find that document. The directive said it had to be somewhere inside the Finna's cell.
Document. Was that the wording? Document? Not will?
Aye, that's what it said.
Am I clutching at straws here? I just wonder if it was really Genshin Asogi's last will and testament that the sender of the directive was after.
Ellipses.
Ellipses.
Continue with your testimony then, witness.
The document was in the folds of the fellow's robe that was left in his cell. A kimono, I think it's called.
Hold it!
In Mr. Asogi's kimono?
Aye, the one he'd brought with him when he was locked up.
Yeah. He was permitted to have his personal effects with him during his incarceration, I understand?
That's right, he was granted as much freedom as possible during the last few days before his execution.
Indeed. He had a number of items of personal significance, I remember. He was very reluctant to part with them. Some books, that kimono, his sword, which we of course let him keep in prison.
His sword?
Karuma, the famous sword of the Asogi clan. It bears the soul of my family.
Nah, dog, it's just a piece of metal. I don't doubt it, but I wasn't really getting at that. Forget about being the soul of the clan. Could the man have had a more obvious weapon?
Have some respect, Ryunosuke.
Eat my entire ass.
The warders carry firearms at all times, and the inmates have shackles around their ankles.
Well, clearly this man's never played Bloodborne.
The warders carry... Oh, he cannot have hurt anybody with that thing.
One sec. Peach, did you get... It just smelled like cat shit now.
What happened?
You smell it or is it just me?
He's smelling his litter box.
Cat shit.
Meow 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 meow. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Do 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 do
Listen,
do
that was
do do.
vile and wretched. Enjoy work. Yo, what's up, Juma? Good to see you. Ugh. God, it
That's
smells.
hot.
Still, he was allowed a sword, but no writing materials?
Aye. He wrote that afore he came to stay with us on Berkeley, you see.
Dr. Mikatoba was asked to bring the necessary Japanese writing implements to the prosecutor's office.
This is very inkstone, black sumi ink, and some Hanshi rice paper, no doubt.
I was present when he wrote it. Well, I'm sorry to say, the letters just look like a squirming mass of jet black earthworms to me.
Excuse me.
Sir. Are you feeling faint, Mr. Vigil? Mr. Vigil! Parry this, you
It
casual.
was Scarlet, sir.
What?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to blurt it out like that.
Less swaying and more explaining would be helpful.
No.
Is it something about the testimony we just heard? Have you recalled something important?
Something of importance. Possibly, or possibly not.
I'm unable to tell which way he's leaning, I'm afraid.
My lord, the defense asks that Mr. Vigil be permitted to supplement his testimony with this possibly or possibly not important detail, I guess.
Permission granted.
Go ahead, Mr. Vigil.
Yes, it was Scarlet.
Yes, what was Scarlet?
It's the Scarlet
Ooh,
Letter.
Scarlet.
As I remembered, the document was written in scarlet ink, but perhaps I am mistaken.
We used those already. Those are black ink. That's Grayson. Oh.
Objection!
That has scarlet ink, apparently, on his fingers. Scarlet-colored writing is what you said you thought you saw, Mr. Vigil. And I believe that's exactly what you did see. So the document's fake!
Evers again, you've got no evidence to say that.
Have a look at this report.
That's my brother's autopsy report.
Yeah, your brother's dead. Yep. And there's something in here that's bothered me since I first read it. It states that scarlet-colored ink stains were noted on the fingers of the victim's right hand.
Yes, so it does.
Scarlet ink?
Now, I'm not familiar with the habits of the British aristocracy, I freely admit. But I would hazard a guess that they don't all go around with ink stains on their fingertips, do they?
Your wit is not appreciated.
Oh, it's funny when you do it, but not when I do it?
Put the juicy down now.
My brother was a well-bred and fastidious man.
Well-bred, you say?
Stop. Right there.
Why?
Well, Brad.
Tell me
I
more.
don't think that means
I'm
that he was
listening.
put out to stud.
I mean, it could.
How well-bred? From behind?
Like
Perhaps
a
on top.
sourdough, I'd say.
Everything about this.
I'm waiting.
Only when Oni stops to think about it. He hates everything about us.
Should ink have sullied his fingertips, he would have cleaned them immediately.
My brother would never have dirty fingers. He's a habitual hand washer.
He's well bred and would never have dirty
Hi, Jug. Are
fingers.
you well-bred?
What is your point, Council?
My point is this. Whatever Lord Clint Von Zeeks was writing in that unusually colored ink, it must have been directly before his death. Because he died before he had an opportunity to wash his hands.
What?
I remember something troubled me at the time.
Bim, 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 bim.
At the scene, the lid of my brother's inkwell was open.
What?
But Clint was punctilious about such things. It seemed unusual.
Like that word choice?
And no document penned in the color of the ink was in the inkwell was ever found.
So the document had disappeared. Are you suggesting that the document my father had in his hand that night in the cell was?
The same document that Lord Clint Von Zeeks was writing moments before his death.
Then it was.
If Mr. Vigil's testimony is to be believed, it can only mean that, yes. Mr. Vigil,
Sir,
when you spotted Mr. Asogi with the document in his cell, his precise words were as follows, were they not?
right then. But what's on that paper?
Last will and testament. This will is the only weapon that I have left now.
Hey, a last will and testament.
Ah!
If the conversation really did go as you say, as Mr. Vigil says, then what we know now completely changes the meaning of what Mr. Asogi said.
You really think?
Mr. Vigil did indeed see the convict with a will, but it wasn't that of Genshin Asogi. It was the last will and testament of Lord Clint Von Zeeks.
No.
Yes!
Objection!
This is madness. My brother's last will and testament? That would mean that he had chosen to die.
That is what it would mean, yes.
No! Impossible! That is utterly out of the question.
Lord Van Zee,
Clint was pursuing the professor. It consumed him day and night. Whatever happened, he would never have abandoned his investigation before conclusion. Never. He wouldn't rest until the job was done, until the killer was caught. The idea that he would willingly accept his own death, it's obscene!
Objection!
And yet, we can be sure that he was writing his will moments before his death.
And that Genshin Asogi came to be in possession of that document. So what could the will possibly have contained?
Clearly, something that couldn't be made public under any circumstances whatsoever. Because armed with that document, my father was able to negotiate with the judiciary for his life. It was something so damning that it prompted the powers that be to enact that daring jailbreak plot. Yes, there can be no question that that the will contained information on the utmost secrecy.
Information of the utmost secrecy? Oh shit! No, it couldn't be.
I've heard more than enough. Pursuing this notion of a phantom will no one can attest to having seen serves absolutely no purpose. Objection!
No, my lord. That's unacceptable.
What did you say, counsel?
Did I
Excuse
stutter?
me, sir.
Excuse me, sir. Yo, sounds good, Minx. Get yourself some rest, homie. Thanks for hanging.
The last will and testament that
The last
Genshin
will and
Asogi?
testament? Homie,
Shut
please.
the fuck up.
Well, Oni.
Wow.
The last will and testament that Genshin Asogi had in his possession was that of Lord Clint Van Zieks.
I'm not gonna shame Clinton, whatever it was he was into, but
Yeah, Oni, I'm not gonna kink shame. I'm just gonna kink ask why.
I just want to continue.
Yeah.
Oni over here doing his best demo reel acting, and us like he accidentally said incest.
Fucking hee-haw in the gang over here.
One of these days we'll have a good 5-minute clip that he can put in his demo reel, but I don't know that it's happened
not
yet.
today.
Oni Heart, brought to you by Crunchyroll.
Oh,
I'd be so proud of him.
Honestly,
I would be
yeah.
too.
He
We
deserves
already
it.
are.
He's
I'd
very
be proud if
talented.
he got me a job doing it too. I don't know what to tell you, dog. You can't make a hoe a housewife, husband, whatever. Anyway.
Not with that attitude.
all the testimony and evidence presented to the court has logically led us to that as a possibility. We have a duty to pursue the line of reasoning to its conclusion.
You said duty. No.
But with no possible means of knowing the contents of the document, there is no line of reasoning to pursue.
A reason why Lord Clint Von Zieks, a man of high noble standing, would have chosen death. Information so secret, people in the judiciary would be willing to negotiate the jailbreak of a condemned killer. The only explanation that fits those facts is an unthinkable truth that turns absolutely everything on its head. But it's Just too hideous.
Mr. Naruhodo.
What?
However difficult the situation might become, you work with your client in pursuit of the truth. That's what you resolved to do when you entered the courtroom this morning, if I'm not mistaken.
Miss Susato.
So hold your head high and keep soldiering on.
Yeah, you're right.
You right.
10 years ago, in his final moments, Lord Clint von Zieks left behind a will. A will that Genshin Asogi was able to use as a weapon to negotiate his escape from prison. In all probability, the details in the will were related to the Professor case.
The defense's last statement is mere conjecture.
What are you getting at, man? Ryunosuke!
As soon as these words come out of my mouth, there's no going back. Hey Barack, do you have anything that you can throw or stab me with currently? Silence is not consent on this question.
Oh, here, I got you, honey. There.
Ha. Doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Because I forgot to re-enable it.
You forgot to turn tits on? Is that what you're saying?
No, tits is on. You just have to refresh it because I sleep my computer every night. Anyway, I got bad news for you, Oni. I believe that the last will and testament of Lord Clint von Zieks was, in fact, remixed to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen.
Oh man.
You can do this, Mr. Naruhodo.
I believe that what Lord Clint von Zieks actually penned that day was a confession.
A confession?
Regarding the mass murderer known as the Professor. And his true identity.
Objection!
Enough! Counsel.
Yeah, so I got some bad news, Barry.
What are you saying? Do you even realize?
Yeah, I think your brother's a fucking serial killer.
A confession about the true identity of the Professor. That would mean...
Lord Van Zieks, I appreciate this must be hard to take in. But have you tried a little bit more lubrication? The killer that terrorized London a decade ago and became known as the Professor? The man believed to have murdered 5 members of the aristocracy? Wasn't Genshin Asogi at all.
No! You can't be suggesting...
It was in fact the man believed to have been the 5th victim. Lord Clint von Zieks himself! Yeah, what's going on, Dev? A rock smash!
It's finally open, is it? Pandora's box.
Hey, yo, we're opening boxes here? Alright, for real, which one of y'all should get? That's nasty.
Great Van Zieks family. And Lord Clint Van Zieks, he was a paragon of justice. But he was actually a mass murderer, a perpetrator of atrocities, if the general public ever found out. Law and order, blah, 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 blah.
Ah!
My brother.
Oh, this is too awful. Poor Lord Van Zieks.
Oh yeah, poor Lord Van Zieks. I wonder though, did he ever never suspect us?
There's some pooping going on.
It smells like literally a cat walked up to me and fucking shit on my foot. It is so goddamn pungent.
Cat loves poopy, yeah, yeah, yeah. Cat loves poopy, yeah.
I doesn't smell the cat shit. Maybe she just fucking hope. Fucking cats. Press A.
Mr. Arano?
Lord Baroque von Zieks is a brilliant prosecutor. Is it conceivable that he didn't realize what his older brother really was?
Order in the court.
Lord von Zieks,
Don't look at me.
the professor made use of an enormous hound as his murder weapon. Tell me, did your brother have a dog? He liked dags?
Yes. He did.
Was it a good doggo?
Balmung. He was well-known hunting dog. People called him a giant.
Was
A very
Balmung
good doggo.
a very good boy?
I hate.
Given that my 14 characters are predominantly on Balmung, I can tell
Oh
you.
my
no.
god.
No, he was not a good boy.
Okay, has anyone seen the clip of fucking fucking it's from Dropout. It's fucking goddamn, what's his name? Brennan.
Brennan Lee Mulligan.
Yeah, doing the Dom DM prompt.
Yes!
It's so good. Get on your knees. Oh, okay. It looks like you rolled a 3. So you stumble. You know what? Actually, give me a performance check to see if you recover. Oh god, it's so good. I love that it keeps coming back.
I don't believe this.
When my brother would go hunting in the forest of the grounds behind the house, he always took Balmung. After Clint's death, the creature passed away too, almost as if he was following his master. He was a magnificent hunting dog, worthy of the jewel-studded collar around his neck.
Jewel-studded collar?
Yes, that dog was ballin'.
Can I have one?
Some years ago now, it was stolen by a thief who broke into a house at night.
A jewel-studded collar stolen by a thief. It so happens that myself and my colleagues have come across such a collar during our time in London.
How could you?
There was an old emblem attached to the collar too, made of pure gold. It was topped with a small crown and bore an ornate letter B.
What? An emblem bearing the initial B?
Yeah, as in Fallen!
Oh my, you know of it?
It's the insignia of the Baskerville family.
The helm of the
What? The
Baskervilles?
Baskerville? Why is that name coming up now?
Baskerville is the family name of my late brother's widow.
Very bow hung.
That pure gold emblem was an heirloom which Clint acquired upon their marriage. There can be no doubt then, the collar you've described was Balmung's.
Damn, bro.
There's a joke to be made here about collars and Balmung, but I'm just gonna let it go.
Man, you're just gonna let a Capcom.
I'm gonna let it Capcom all over the server.
A family insignia of Clint Van Zeek's widow.
There was a considerable amount of blood on the collar when we saw it. Since we know the dog was used for hunting, it could have been from its quarry, of course.
But it could equally have been from human prey.
Yeah, you said it, not me.
So it's all true then. Clint Van Zeeks was really the professor. Impossible! These Japanese are making it all up!
So, in fact, the person responsible for these murders of nobles and royals was a noble himself. And that threatened to be an enormous scandal that would irrevocably destabilize British society.
My father knew that, and was using it to negotiate his way out of the unjust charges brought against him. But at the very last hour, those he'd bargained with betrayed him, slaying him mercilessly on foreign soil.
Well, can you deny it? Lord Smallfart?
10 years have passed, and still now the 6 million inhabitants of our great capital rest easy, believing that justice was done. That though his anonymity remains, the diabolical murderer was caught and executed. Ellipses. Very well then. You may have the truth.
Ba-da-da.
Tell me then. Tell me what Clint really was.
Murderers will always be murderers.
Lord Clint Van Zeeks was too pure of heart. When he became a prosecutor and went in pursuit of the black roots of crime, he drove himself into a corner. He came to the uncomfortable realization that to fight the most fiendish of criminals requires one to become even more fiendish oneself.
Clint.
If Barack had a sister with a vajazzle, would she be Clit von Fleek?
I hate.
You're ruining
hate
the
it here.
moment, sir. The 19th century was a truly miraculous 100 years for Great Britain. Indeed, the whole world. New industry, new technology, and with the birth of the Metropolitan Police Service, new law and order.
Dun dun.
Thank you. But these dazzling new developments meant ever deeper shadows were cast on society. Water sullied by factories, air thick with noxious fumes, and crime growing daily to fill the darkness. Lord Clint Van Zeeks made it his mission to combat that darkness with a giant fucking dog. But as time went on, it slowly ate at his soul, until eventually he was consumed. It's ironic, really, and somewhat surprising, that the truth has once again been unearthed by a Japanese man.
Once again? What do you mean?
10 years ago, your father, Genshin Impact, turned up at my office one night. The professor?
Chan.
All right, Shy.
Welcome back, Shay.
Yes, beyond all shadow of doubt. You must issue a warrant to search his home at once.
Don't be absurd! The man comes from one of our country's most
What's up,
illustrious
Shad?
families. He's a paragon of justice here in the capital.
Yes, that's the point. That's why none of you British can see it. He's using his noble status as a diversion, whilst he commits these atrocious crimes behind the scenes.
Do you have evidence?
Hang on, are we saying that the British government the Dark Knighted Genshin Asogi?
Yes.
Seems like it.
Nothing definitive as yet.
Absolutely.
But he keeps an enormous savage hound on the estate. We need the full support of the judiciary for this. We're up against a member of the aristocracy.
So a large family estate is a fierce guard dog. You should know that commonplace here in Britain. I'm sorry, but I can't possibly put Scotland Yard onto this based on the tenuous accusation of a visiting student.
Boo.
Boo earns, you say? So I turned down Asogi's plea. And as a result, he took it upon himself to visit the Van Zeek's mansion on his own. We can only imagine now what happened between these two men.
Gay sex.
Though we knew the outcome, of course. Lord Clint Van Zeeks perished.
I don't believe this.
So in actual fact, Cosmo's father did?
Straight sex is illegal.
Bro.
He made the late Lord Von Zeeks meet the same fate. He put a permanent end to the professor killings by taking the drastic measure of ending the perpetrator's life.
As soon as I heard, I hurried to the mansion. When I arrived, it was easy to grasp what had happened.
And what about the will?
Asogi must have already taken it. Nothing of that nature was found at the scene. We had no idea of the existence of such a document at that time. I was the only person who knew of the true identity of the professor. So, I resolved to keep it a secret, and to guard the secret to the bitter end.
So you're admitting to it? That you were behind it all?
It was you, then, who pinned the crimes on my father.
I did what needed to be done in order to protect the law and order of the British Empire.
Oh,
You
so you're a
can't
fascist and you're
handle
just
the
admitting
truth.
it.
Yeah, just straight up admitting it.
Even if that meant employing an unforgivable ruse.
Unforgivable. I said, bitch, I want a chicken sandwich and some waffle fries. For free!
Now I want a chicken sandwich and some waffle fries.
For those of you that aren't old enough in chat to get that reference, it's honestly, I feel like it's one of the first like real shit posty monologue type videos that really took off. Then it was you who arranged this fabricated evidence.
I ordered that detective to take care of it, whilst keeping the truth from him, naturally.
Gregson?
Obviously, he opposed me at first.
Be off your rocker? We can't do something like that.
There's no question that it was Asogi who murdered Lord Van Zeeks. The house staff have made statements that they saw the man running from the mansion that night.
Yeah, well, I've no doubt it was this Japanese fella. But we haven't got a shred of conclusive evidence against the man. Worse, he doesn't keep a dog, so was short a murder weapon to boot.
And we're short on time, Gregson. We must put a stop to this man's rampage for the good of the country. So we'll use whatever means necessary. Do I make myself clear, detective?
Blimey.
So that night 10 years ago, when I was attacked by those thugs in the back streets, and Genshin's ring was taken, that was him, was it? That was Gregson and some hired help?
Then the detective handed the stolen ring to Dr. Wilson, who feigned its discovery from the victim's stomach during that autopsy.
And in the light of that decisive evidence, Mr. Asogi was found guilty of the charges brought against him. However, behind the scenes, he had actually already struck a deal with his accusers, in which he agreed to silently accept the charges.
Ellipses.
But I just don't believe that part. As far as I knew the man, my father despised such underhanded dealings.
It was extremely easy to make him comply. You see, he had one crippling weakness.
Pussy.
What weakness?
Isn't it obvious? You, Cosmo.
Me?
Yes, you.
Of course. Perhaps you have no desire to return to your homeland, Asogi.
What? What?
Though I hear you have a 14-year-old son. Agree to cooperate? Accept your guilt without contention. And you will see Japan and your son again.
You scoundrel!
Whether you choose wisely or not, it will be a closed trial by order of Her Majesty. So whatever rash claims you make in court will have no trouble in stifling them. There's only one outcome for you, Asogi. The gallows.
Don't forget that I still have a weapon at my disposal. A document revealing a truth I know you're desperate to keep hidden.
Yes, it hadn't escaped my mind, which is the only reason I'm willing to bargain with you.
No, the only reason.
I only want to protect this country's law and order. You understand?
By totally undermining it.
Yep.
Like a boss. So, what's it to be, Asogi? How's it gonna be?
Yes,
He did it for me?
And as I told him at the time, my motive was simply to protect Britain from the damage the truth would do. To protect this country's law and order at any cost.
To protect the country from devastation.
I wish I knew the rest of that line. That was
To unite
hilarious.
all peoples within our nation.
To denounce the evils of truth and love.
To extend our peace to the stars above.
This is Team British Rocket.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Shout outs to
You're-
true
You're supposed to
trans.
say Naruhodo.
Listen, James is a
Are we not
trans
finishing?
icon. No.
Are we not finishing the joke? No.
No.
How dare you? How dare you?
How dare I what?
You go through the bulk of the joke, and then you just.
I've never
lowball
dared let
everyone.
myself even consider this possibility until now.
That's because
To
Oni's
be
gonna
fair,
he's gonna beat our ass if we don't keep up.
I also didn't go through the joke because I should have done it in Susato.
But in the light of all this treachery, I have to ask.
What that mouth do?
The mastermind behind the Reaper of the Bailey. Was it you, Lord Miles Strongheart?
That motherfucker's smug as shit.
A rather brilliant idea, wouldn't you say, Lord Barrack Van Zeeks? That the spirit of your late brother, that paragon of justice, should return to reap justice for his sibling. Could there be a more appetizing tale for London's masses, I tell you?
What raisin?
I knew that you'd play the part to perfection. But your role really wasn't that of some embodiment of death. No, you were London's guardian angel.
An angel with bloody hands? I think not.
Those who had cooperated with me already were only too happy to participate in my plan. Inspector Gregson, Dr. Wilson. My minions worked tirelessly to ensure that the finger of guilt could never come to rest upon you. It's all thanks to them that you were exalted as the demigod the Reaper became.
But Dr. Wilson left Britain 4 years ago when he was invited to work in Japan.
That's right. So I had to employ the services of his young protege after that. Dr. Courtney Scythe, the science mummy.
Dr. Scythe?
So what with the execution of the Professor and the subsequent reign of the Reaper of the Bailey, I've successfully safeguarded law and order in our mighty capital for the past decade.
Ooh.
That is everything.
Just stunned silence.
My lords, ladies, and gentlemen, I do hereby confess, I sired the concept of the Reaper. However, let me say in my defense, it was all for the preservation of law and order across the entire empire.
Strongheart did it? An unforgivable collection of crimes, but still. All those who died at the Reaper's hands.
Make a great audience.
Thank you.
There's no one left now who can reveal the precise truth of what happened 10 years ago. Therefore, this trial can go no further. Now, I would like to entreat all those present. Beyond these four walls, nobody need know the truth. Even Her Majesty must be protected from this. I trust you all appreciate the importance of my request. It is, of course, for the good of the country.
Can he do this? Can the trial really end now?
Hold it!
I have one last question. For the accused, Lord Van Zieks.
What?
Of course. I know that you're a highly accomplished prosecutor. So I find it hard to believe that you didn't have any doubts at all. That you never suspected your older brother.
Yeah, the same thought occurred to me.
It was only once. But, yes. I couldn't say that I never had my doubts. My brother's sense of justice was extremely strong. Perhaps too strong, I observed.
Find out how strong next week.
Oh shit, we got one more week of this, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man,
That should
we are
pr-
so close to the end.
That should probably do it next week, I'd assume, maybe?
I mean, it should.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're like, we're like right at the end. But well done, everybody.
I was trying to elevate my performance to Oni-like levels. I don't know that I actually pulled it off.
You were doing it.
Yeah.
You say that now.
Listen, we're all doing pretty damn swell. Well, yeah. Good job, everybody. I'm proud of you.
I'll be tired now.
Yep.
Oh, baby, I need to sleep.
Okay. Since Oni Since Oni is the sleepiest BB. Wait, I can do it manually. Hell yeah. I have to do it manually. This sucks. I have to do this manually because I forgot to turn it back on, but it's okay.
I even reminded you, and you still forgot to turn it on.
Yeah, well, like, that's a lot of clicking, and I was busy posting cats in Discord. Fuck off. Anyway.
You're valid.
You know what? Sometimes. And only in certain countries and states. Check with your local county to check on the legality of whether Kios Little Monster is acceptable in your area. Speaking of acceptable things in my area, it's Oni Heart.
Hi. I like to do the funny voices and draw and play the video games.
What video
Fuck,
game?
I can't go back to sleep. I have to fuck.
You gotta
I have
fuck?
to continue working on my model.
Bro, you fucking?
No.
Hey, yo?
Congrats on the sex, dog.
Yeah, congrats on the sex, bro. Can I watch?
Fucking. Oh.
I'll wear my helmet too. It'll be great. I'll fucking turn on the ear lights and shit.
Oh.
Bro, listen, you won't even notice. Listen, I'll film it and put it up on my non-existent OnlyFans. I'll give you like a 60-40 split.
I mean, if you get some whipped cream, I can put it on Only Flans. Those desserts
True.
are great.
And if we send it, we could also cross-post it to Oni's platform, OnlyFans.
I was too late to take that. I can't. I don't have that.
That's all right, y'all. Don't forget, if you want to see Oni's uncensored massive hog, check out his Twitter. It's massive. It's like a fucking baby's arm holding a fucking apple. Anyway, one of our members here has experience with very, very large horse wieners. It's Lonnie.
I'm just gonna do that.
Yes!
I'm just gonna do that.
Yes!
Also, it caused the hype train.
I'm finishing up Star
Scam
Wars
train?
Divine Force. I'm
Choo
stuck
choo
on
scam
Dragon
train.
Dragon.
Choo-choo scam
I'm
train.
playing Starfield and mostly Starfield, let's be real. Oh, and check out my Only Lands. 2 years of this. Aren't you glad? Be good to one another. And Streamer has to do this manually because he won't fix TTS.
So how is everybody?
So I really didn't have too much work to do. It's just I had to hot swap my audio, but I have my desktop audio on a toggle switch now, so. Very good though. I like it. That's very effective. It's also good use of AI, I guess, even though it's kind of scary. Speaking of people familiar with using AIs, it's Shy.
Yes. I mean, I am good. I mean, I have a button that makes her give me a cookie and everything. But yes, hi, I am Shy. This week, hopefully going to do something maybe spooky, maybe not, just going to try and actually get something going. Don't know if it's going to be 14, don't know if it's going to be Stardew, don't know if it's going to be something else, but yeah, we'll get there when we get there.
True. We love video games. Presseries.
What?
It's your turn.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Chris Reese. I play Final Fantasy 14. I'm a variety streamer, TNT YouTuber at the moment, and Starfield is pretty awesome.
True.
It is.
I agree.
Except for the fact that it, it's locking me out of cool space dragon shit until I do more of the main story, and I kind of resent it a little bit for that.
I know, right? Forcing you
yeah,
to
that's
actually play the fucking game.
How dare
Oh.
a Bethesda game should understand that I'm not there for whatever the fuck it is they did. I'm there for whatever
Nope.
the fuck it is I want to do.
Uh-huh. Ceylon gets...
Yeah. Todd.
Todd.
Yeah, Todd
Todd, it just works, Howard.
Coward.
One of the only people in chat old enough to actually know who the game was, and probably knows the lyrics to at least one of the songs. It's a little Sharky.
Hey folks, I'm Sharky. I'm old, my voice hurts. This was a lot of fun. Be nice to everybody. Tell the people you love just how you feel, and go the hell to sleep and get some rest.
My turn. All right, you absolute cretins. I love you all very much. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll probably get this wrapped up next week. In the meantime, if you haven't joined us in the Discord, it is the best place to stay up to date with what we got going on. Just hang out and have a blast. If you haven't subbed to the YouTube, greatest way to catch up with all of the ridiculousness we have been up to over, well, all the time. So, speedrun PBs, cooking streams, motovlogs, tutorials, casual playthroughs, they're all up there. If you're a tea drinker like me, check out our friends over at Adagio. Proceeds benefiting the Trevor Project, and they're quite deliciously good teas. It's getting cold out. You may as well have a nice cuppa. Last but not least, if you want to support the stream via gifts, check out the Throne wish list. All sorts of suggestions and surprise options there if you just want to torture me with weird coloring books, bean boozles, or, cabbage corgis. But yeah, we are going to be back tomorrow. I think I'll start stream here. We'll warm up Forspoken. Whenever I need to get over to Games Done Quick, we'll just raid on in. But yeah, super appreciated. Go vote in the cooking stream. And we will see you all tomorrow. In the meantime, let's go raid somebody. So anyway, I started
perfectly
blasting.
Anyway, I started blasting.
You just started.
But I don't see
Capcomming.
so good.
Yeah.
So I Capcommed over everything.
Don't you just hate it when you just start Capcomming everywhere,
Everywhere.
just uncontrollably?
It's so hard to clean up.
Does yours leak a little bit first too, or it's kind of gets
Yeah.
like drippy?
Nothing's worse than drippy Capcom.
Mood. Anyway, let's go say hi to Zoe. They're working on some Castlevania 3 JP. Woo!
Good luck, friends.
Good
Have
luck.
fun.
Treat
Play
each other
Omega
well.
Strikers.
Tell the people you love that you love them.
Play Omega Strikers.
Play
Play
Starfield.
Omega Strikers.
Bring me